My name is General James Colley. I have been a soldier for 29 years and have served with the Irish Defence Force, UN peacekeeping missions, NATO Command, and NASA. Tomorrow is the start of the most important mission of my life, and today is going to be the worst day I have had in 20 years. I am divorced and live alone with my dog Dolly in Rathgar, Dublin 6. 8 years ago, when I was grocery shopping, a small white dog was sniffing around the cars in the car park. I coaxed her over with some ham. She was starving and had obviously been living outside for some time. She had lost a lot of her fur on her back and was covered with fleas. After a few €100 in vet bills and quite a few baths with special shampoo, the fleas were gone and her fur started to grow back. Dolly, named after one of my favorite singers, and I were best friends, and she was my +1 to most events. She is the sweetest dog, and we lived a happy life. She was the perfect companion and the most loving friend a man could have. Until 3 weeks ago, Dolly had her first epileptic fit. It was terrible. She was sleeping next to the fire while I was making dinner in the kitchen, and her face hit the marble surround several times before I could get to her. She broke 7 teeth. After a visit to the vet and epilepsy medication for dogs, and having 8 teeth removed, one was rotten, we went home to recover. 2 nights later, she had her second fit, this time in her basket, so it wasn't as bad as I could hold her and comfort her. 3 days later, she walked into the corner of the room and couldn't turn around. I thought maybe she was having adverse effects from the medication. It was the first symptom of dog dementia. Over the next weeks, she displayed all the other symptoms. She forgot to go outside to do her business. She would get trapped in small spaces and didn't know how to get out, so she would cry. She stopped sniffing, which is so weird. She no longer had interest in going outside or playing with her ball, but would still lick my hand. It was one of the worst 2 weeks of my life. The vet said it happens with older dogs and that there was no cure or medication that would help. We tried for another few days at home to see if a miracle would happen. It didn't. The fits got worse and more frequent, and Dolly became more and more distressed. It also brought up terrible memories of my own father, whom I cared for, who had dementia and in the end didn't know who I was or why I was in his house. After getting 3 separate opinions, the prognosis didn't change. The only fair thing to do was to have Dolly euthanized. For €210, the vet gave Dolly a lethal injection at 8:10 p.m. on Saturday night. I held her paw, kissed her goodbye, and cried for 20 minutes in my car outside the vet. The last time I cried was when my daughter died, 24 years ago. The mission starts in 11 hours, and I couldn't be sadder.
Here lies the girl who never let herself be free. Ain't it ironic? The first time I was honest, I was gone, 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 gone. I'm not one to wear my heart out on my sleeve, but here I am. Will you take all of me?